It was supposed to be a routine flight until one mistake sent 67 people into a deadly plane crash. A passenger jet, American Eagle Flight 5342, was approaching Reagan National Airport. A Black Hawk military helicopter was running a routine exercise nearby. Both of them had clear flight paths. Both of them had experienced pilots. Nothing seemed wrong, but at 10:15 a.m., everything changed. In a split second, the two aircraft collided mid-air. A massive explosion, a fireball over the Potomac River, and then silence. Within moments, 67 lives were lost. The question is, why? Was it human error, a system failure, or something else that went horribly wrong? You're about to hear the details, but before we begin, put yourself in the investigator's seat. 67 lives were lost. One mistake cost it. If this was your case, where would you start? This is not your typical true crime documentary. In this channel, you are the detective. We lay out the facts, the evidence, the unanswered questions. Look at the clues and make your call. Let's begin. January 30, 2025. Just another evening in Washington, D.C. The skies above the Potomac River were busy as always, with commercial flights, private jets, and military aircraft moving in and out of Reagan National Airport. At 6:45 p.m., a Black Hawk military helicopter operated by the U.S. Army National Guard took off from Fort Belvoir, a military base just south of D.C. Its flight path was routine, maneuvering near restricted airspace following clearance from air traffic control. At the same time, American Eagle Flight 5342 was approaching Reagan National Airport, returning from Knoxville, Tennessee. Everything was normal. Passengers were settling in for a landing. Pilots were following air traffic instructions, and no one expected anything unusual. But then, at 6:52 p.m., disaster struck. The Black Hawk helicopter and American Eagle Flight 5342 collided mid-air over the Potomac River. The helicopter was torn apart instantly, pieces of debris raining down into the water. The commercial jet, critically damaged, managed to stay airborne for only a few more seconds before losing control and crashing near the riverbank. Panic set in. The freezing Potomac waters swallowed the wreckage. Smoke and fire filled the air. Survivors, those who made it through the impact, were now battling hypothermia, trying to stay afloat. Emergency response teams rushed in, desperate to pull people from the wreckage before it was too late. How did this happen? Was it a tragic miscommunication, a technical failure, or was human error to blame? Let's break down what happened. Date: January 29, 2025. Location: Washington, D.C., over the Potomac River. Aircraft number 1, American Eagle Flight 5342. Aircraft number 2, UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter of the U.S. Army. Fatalities: 67 people, 64 in the plane, 3 in the helicopter. At 10:15 a.m., just minutes before the passenger plane was supposed to land, it collided with a military helicopter at an altitude of 1,800 feet. Both aircraft broke apart on impact, sending debris crashing into the Potomac River. Eyewitnesses on the ground saw a fireball in the sky, followed by wreckage plunging into the water below. There were no survivors. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, and the FAA launched an immediate investigation. Their job is to answer 3 main questions. Question number 1. Did air traffic control make a fatal mistake? Question number 2. Did one of the pilots miscalculate their flight path? Question number 3. Did a mechanical failure prevented one of the aircraft from avoiding impact? Let's go deeper into each theory. Theory number 1. Air traffic control error. Could this have been prevented before the aircraft even got close? Air traffic control directs every aircraft in restricted airspace. They make sure flights don't cross paths. But DC airspace is one of the most restricted zones in the world because of its proximity to the White House, the Pentagon, and government buildings. Could a mistake from air traffic controllers have sent the helicopter into the wrong path? Did one of the aircraft get clearance when it shouldn't have? Did someone fail to give a warning in time? Every instruction matters, and in this case, one error could have changed everything. Theory number 2, pilot misjudgment. Did one of the pilots make the wrong move at the worst possible moment? The passenger plane was descending toward the airport. The helicopter was in a lower altitude holding pattern. Did the helicopter ascend when it shouldn't have? Or did the commercial jet miscalculate its approach? Remember, pilots rely on collision avoidance systems to warn them of incoming aircraft. Did the system fail? Did the pilots react too late? Or did they never see each other coming? Theory number 3, system failure. Was this crash caused by a mechanical failure? Modern aircraft are built with automated systems designed to prevent crashes. One of the most important is the TACS, Traffic Collision Avoidance System. This system alerts pilots when another aircraft is too close. It should have triggered a warning for both pilots before impact. But what if it didn't? Did one of the aircraft have system malfunction? Was there a delay in issuing a warning? Or was it ignored? Right now, the official investigation is still ongoing. But here's what we do know. The black boxes have been recovered, but results are pending. No distress calls were made before impact. Both aircraft had proper clearance, yet still collided. So, now, it's your turn. If you were the lead investigator, where would you start? Would you focus on the black box recording? Would you investigate potential air traffic control miscommunication? Or would you look into system malfunctions in both aircrafts? Drop your theories in the comments and let's piece this together. What really caused this crash? 67 lives lost, one of the deadliest mid-air collisions in modern history. The families of the victims deserve answers. The aviation industry needs solutions. Was this human error, a technical failure, or was this an accident waiting to happen? As the NTSB works to release its final report, one question remains. Could this happen again? Subscribe to Case Solvers Club for more cases like this. We investigate, we analyze, and we uncover the truth, one case at a time.